I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you?
You guys give up, or you're thirsty for more?
It's not a tumor.
Hasta la vista, baby.
You can't handle the truth.
There's no crying in baseball!
Are you gonna bark all day, little doggy?
All right, party people, welcome back to another episode of Zero Dark Nerdy, the most disrespectful pop culture podcast on the planet. Here we go with part 2 of our I Love the 90s episode. So going forward, we got the next category, favorite 90s rock album. Another one that was quite the nail-biter going on. The top ones being Alanis Morissette, Jagged Little Pill, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Blood Sugar Sex Magic, Pearl Jam 10, Green Day Dookie, and the tied for first place, Nirvana Nevermind and Weezer The Blue Album.
We're breaking that tie right now.
Who you got?
Weezer.
Nice.
Hands down.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite
Weezer versus Nirvana
debut albums of all time.
Weezer,
and definitely
but I love
Weezer
Nevermind.
album.
I hate Smells Like Teen Spirit because it's been ruined for
oversaturated.
me.
Yeah.
It's been ruined. In fact, a couple of the other hits have been ruined for me also. But the rest of that album is fucking awesome.
Drain You is actually one of my favorite tracks. I think that's actually my favorite Nirvana song.
Yeah.
But yeah, Blue Album all day. I mean, from the beginning of My Name Is Jonas to the very last song, Only in Dreams. It's a solid album. I mean, there's not one bad track on that album, especially for a debut. So
I will say one thing about that. Dave Grohl and who was the bassist? The guy that
Chris Novoselic.
So they were on Howard Stern last week talking about the Nirvana days and all of that, and to hear them, 20 years later still kind of talk about Kurt Cobain as this sort of genius, but to also hear Dave Grohl get into like Kurt Cobain wouldn't let him write any songs. Like he would bring him songs and Kurt Cobain would be like, that's fucking trash. Like some of the stuff that he wrote for Foo Fighters, like he brought.
I'm sure
to
he had
Kurt.
piles of shit.
He brought to Kurt, and he was just like, yeah, we'll do it, we'll do it, and then he wouldn't let him. Like everything was just basically Kurt walking in with lyrics,
right,
and music, and them sitting down and just starting to play what he wrote. Not a lot of collaboration, but it was just interesting. They looked at him in a lot of reverence. Like it wasn't hate or anything like that, but it was just a outstanding interview, as all Howard Stern interviews are. But check that out.
As far as as far as write-in votes, there was one for Bush, 16 Stone, and again, this is like asking which of my kids I like the most.
Very passionate.
I really saw them.
You saw The Band?
Yes.
The Band.
Veruca Salt actually opened up for them. It was awesome.
When was this?
95, 96.
Oh, so this was like as the album
it was
came
during
out.
the 90s.
Okay,
yeah.
All right.
It was right when the next Bush.
I wish we were this cool in the 90s.
Razor Blade.
I think we're less cool now than we were then.
We're definitely less cool now.
By then, 95, 96, I moved down here, so this was my third high school and my third state. I had to start from scratch again. So maybe.
Well, you were a fighter. You kept getting kicked out.
Boom, 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 boom. It's the Puerto Rican in me.
Started making trouble in my neighborhood.
Before we get to the next one, Jerry, you want to go over your favorite year?
Fuck yeah.
There we
Let's
go.
do it. My favorite year has got to be 1994.
The year of our Lord.
94 was amazing. It was like musically, it was like Mateo said, like it was eye-opening for me. 94, the type of music that came out. I mean, just listen to the albums that came out in 94. Okay,
give it to me, Jerry.
Mellow Gold, Beck, Dookie, Green Day, Punk and Drublic, No Effects, Weezer Blue Album, Beasties, Ill Communication, Illmatic. It was in 94. The Downward Spiral, Nine Inch Nails.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Nirvana Unplugged came out in 94.
Good album.
Which I think is better than Nevermind.
Yes.
Yeah, solid album.
We had this conversation, and I would agree. That Nirvana Unplugged album is outstanding.
It's epic. Don't get me wrong.
It
But it ain't.
But most of those Unplugged albums, MTV did a great job producing those. The sound quality, the whole 9 yards was outstanding.
Yeah, it was great.
So.
Well, we got Ready to Die came out in 94.
That's okay.
I've heard
a little album.
It doesn't really stand the test of time.
It's not as prophetic as people say.
You know, I'm just fucking around.
Vitology came out.
Nice.
Fucking 6 Feet
Damn.
Deep came out in 94.
Gravediggers?
Gravediggers.
Southern Playalistic Cadillac Music came out in 94. The Diary came out in 94.
What?
Scarface. Tikal came out. Let's see. Rancid Let's Go came out. Robin the Hood, Sublime came out.
Was that Scarface's debut album?
Solo?
Yeah.
I think so. Screech and Weasel, How to Make Enemies and Irritate People came out in 94. Unwritten Law, Blue Room. Jimmy Eat World Self-Titled came out in 94. Pansy Division Deflowered came out in 94. Who the hell am I missing? Stranger Than Fiction came out. It's just an epic year for music, and I soaked
A lot of
it
different
up.
genres in there, too.
Oh,
yeah.
That's how
Yeah.
I am. I'm
Yeah.
all over
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fucking place.
I know
Love
you.
it.
I know. Hi, Jerry. Nice to meet you.
Hello. And then movies. Like, holy shit. Movies
Give
have
it
been
to
an
us.
amazing part of my life. I love movies, and I want to be in one.
You should.
For the rest
If you're
of my
listening,
life.
if you're listening out there,
But holy shit. Let's go. Clerks, 94.
Good one.
Blown Away.
Underrated.
Underrated.
Blown Away
Incredibly
is
underrated.
outstanding.
Jeff
Tommy Lee
Bridges.
Jones and Jeff Bridges. I haven't seen it in a
Like,
very long time. That is
In
classic.
Boston, like IRA shit going
That's
on,
right.
bombs. It's fucking
Classic.
crazy. Reality Bites. Holy shit. This should have been at the top. Pulp Fiction.
sorry, we'll work it. Work
Slacker.
It
Good
I
one.
don't remember asking you a goddamn.
Speed came out. The Crow. True Lies.
True
the
Lies.
Lion King. OG. The best.
Tom Arnold in True Lies.
so good.
Fuck me.
The epitome of comedic relief.
So good.
Yeah.
Leon the Professional came out.
Very, very good.
That's Natalie
In Leon,
Portman's
no,
first
but
movie, right?
motherfucking the bad guy.
Gary Oldman.
Gary
Oldman.
Yes.
He's so good.
But that is like his
That was good.
best fucking that. When I think of like a bad guy, I think of that scumbag piece of
He
shit.
was a scumbag in that movie.
fucking
Well,
The
between
Professional.
that,
Yeah.
True Romance, and
Oh, Drexel.
and Fifth
Drexel.
Element too. I mean, he plays one hell of a bad guy.
Oh, he's
You know
great.
we got him
Zorg.
on?
yeah.
A motherfucking Charlie Bronson.
We think it's white boy tape.
You know what? And I love the fact that our boy Daniel looks just like him.
Oh yeah. He
In
does.
The Professional.
He does. Big shout out to Daniel and Betsy.
Yeah.
Up in Brooklyn.
Love you guys. Holy shit. Shawshank Redemption came out
Oh,
in
it's
94.
one of my top movies.
Natural Born Killers.
Oh shit! Yes, my second movie poster.
Interview with a Vampire.
Underrated, good rewatchability
Yes.
on that.
Forrest Gump.
That's classic.
John I.
And then the trifecta. I didn't know this was possible. Shout out to Jim Carrey having 3 giant movies in 94.
What do you have?
Oh yeah, Ace
The
Ventura.
Mask,
Yeah.
Ace Ventura, The Mask, and Dumb and Dumber came out in 94.
So that was his coming out party.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
until then he was just the white guy on In Living Color.
But
Right.
his first movie was The Mask, right?
I thought it was Ace Ventura.
I thought it was Ace.
Oh, Ace
No,
Ventura.
remember he did that rubber face bullshit.
well, yeah, and
But then they didn't release
Well,
it.
he
Until,
was
it was
also
like, it was
in-
like a straight to blockbuster.
Oh, gotcha.
And then, but I've
the
never,
breakout
I've still
period
never
movies.
seen
you
it.
mean.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he was in Once Bitten or something.
Theatrical
Yes, he was
releases.
in Once
Or
Bitten.
maybe
Very underrated
maybe
movie
it wasn't.
in the 80s.
I don't know if it was Once Bitten. It was some.
No,
Oh,
you're right. It's
yeah.
Once Bitten.
Oh,
movie.
and
yeah, it was Once Bitten.
Earth Girls,
I love that movie.
Something about
Earth Girls Are Easy.
Girls Are Easy.
Yeah.
I think he
Yep.
was in that. Yeah.
Yep. I don't even think he had a speaking role in that, but he actually was a lead actor in Once Bitten. So very, very funny 80s vampire comedy.
Yeah, and then just 3 more things, and I'll stop talking about 94.
love it, Jerry.
But
Keep
I
it
love
coming.
94.
Love
Woodstock 94. I had like delusions of grandeur. Like I was 14, and I was
Highlights.
like, I'm gonna go up there. I'm gonna see all this shit. And I'm like, that shit ain't gonna happen.
Highlights on axe wise. Anything that comes to mind? The axe from '94 Woodstock.
I just remember the Green Day Dookie fight.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, with the mud.
Was
yeah,
that
they
the
were slinging
mud
mud at
pit
each
one?
other?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, any 90s act. I mean, all the good 90s acts were there.
Red Hot Chili Peppers probably. I
I mean, all of them were
I
there.
can't remember. That was a long time ago. I've done a lot of bad things since.
That Woodstock redo was the best, and then it all just went to shit after that.
Yeah, 99.
Sorry.
Let's not get into 99.
Yeah, that was horrible. And then just 2 more things. Woodstock, I already said. And then TV shows. Beavis and Butthead. My So-Called Life. The State. And The Critic.
The Critic.
Critic, John Lovitz.
Such a good
I forgot
show.
about that.
I'm an actor.
That was on network TV, right? That wasn't on.
No.
Was that on?
I think it was on.
I think that-
originally it was.
It was on Comedy Central, wasn't it?
I think it was on like ABC or
I
something.
think it
the
was
first season, and then
because
it
in the '90s,
moved.
before I moved to North Carolina, I didn't have cable. So anything that I watched pre-97, 98, the first time I moved to North Carolina was network TV, and I remember watching that on like Tuesday nights or something. It was
The
good.
Critic was
Killer.
very, very good.
Love it.
Good job, Jerry. You get 2
Love
for
it.
that one.
Yeah, Negro. That's all you had to say.
You get that, and you get the applause.
I'm honored.
I should have had that ready for your Pulp Fiction one. Moving it forward, we got favorite 90s action movie. Ooh. This one was a tough one. To me, there wasn't really a bad choice in here. We're talking Terminator 2, Judgment Day, Con Air, Face Off, The Matrix, True Lies, what we brought up, Speed, The Rock, Die Hard with a Vengeance, Bad Boys, and The Fifth Element.
Not a bad.
I want
fucking-
to know if anything was written in
Let's see.
over
here.
those movies.
Over those movies? Actually, no, nothing was written in.
There's
so
no-
I guess
there- what would you fucking
right,
Exactly.
right. Now we did bring this up, and we tried to record this without Stan. The fact that I forgot to put Last Action Hero on here. That's probably the only one.
I don't
really
think it
fun.
would have
Been
gotten
written
many
in.
votes,
No.
to be honest with you. That's more of a cult classic at this
Right.
point.
Right.
I don't, it's not critically acclaimed.
No, not by any means. But,
There was there
Tyrion's
was
in it though, or not Tyrion? Tywin. Tywin Lannister.
there was an Easter egg in Ready Player One, like Last Action Hero, wasn't it?
I don't remember that.
What?
There was some Easter
I think
egg
it was
in some
one. I think
movie.
it was an eye, the smiley face eye. Maybe for some reason I
Yeah,
feel like
because
I remember
one
that.
character
Well,
did
I
have
thought-
that.
I just watched Ready Player One last night as I
I
was
just
driving
remember a
home.
movie marquee, and it was like playing.
Maybe you're right.
I think it was playing when they went to go see The Shining. Wasn't it like on the under thing for it? Maybe.
Well, no, it
I'll have
said
to
The
rewatch
Shining.
it now. There's
Sorry.
you talk about a movie full of Easter
And
eggs.
We all digress.
And if you haven't seen Ready Player One, we have an episode on it. Don't waste your time. Just listen to us.
There you go.
That's right.
So this one, it came down to your top 4 choices were Terminator 2, Judgment Day, Bad Boys, and The Fifth Element. But The Matrix took it home. Not a landslide victory by any means. It was actually tied for second was Bad Boys and Fifth Element. And then I guess coming in fourth would be Terminator 2. In my opinion, I really love The Matrix, but Terminator 2 is probably the greatest action movie of all time.
Yes,
92.
it's nonstop.
Yeah.
92 is when when Terminator 2 came out. That 7-year period, when The Matrix came out with James Cameron, when Terminator 2 came out, what Cameron did with that in 92 was outstanding, with Robert Patrick and all that,
Oh,
with the
special
liquid
effects
metal.
were ridiculous.
But what, Matrix 99? 98?
Let me look it up real quick.
It was around.
There was a
that time,
quantum leap
Yeah.
made in what they could do visually in movies.
Agreed.
And The Matrix was one of those movies. We talked about this last time. I was thinking about The Matrix the next day. It was
99.
probably the first movie I ever saw with. I remember going to see it with 3 of my friends from high school. The whole way home, we're like, what the fuck just happened? Like, we're talking about it. Like, everybody was like super pumped up about it. Then the next day we saw each other at school and we were talking about it at school. That is the mark of something special.
Yeah.
And that's what The Matrix had. And I think a lot of people had that same sort of experience, and that's why it resonates. And in my opinion, even though Terminator 2 is probably the best action movie of all time, The Matrix has a different emotional profile attached to it for people.
Did you
of
see
our age.
Terminator 2 in theaters?
I did not.
I did.
I did.
It was fucking
Went with my
phenomenal.
dad.
Me too. Me
did
too.
not.
Every dad
Way to
took
go,
their kid
Dad.
to go see that.
That
Well,
was
except for Satan.
that was-
Sorry.
That was a Starlight Video rental because we did not have Blockbuster in my hometown.
What a difference.
We had Video King back in upstate New York. God, I miss the video stores. Hopefully, you guys like the new logo, though. We do have the Blockbuster logo now as
There is a
Zero
difference.
Dark Nerdy.
It's the Zero Dark Nerdy logo.
But yeah, Matrix to me, the first time I saw it, so I went twice to go see The Matrix.
Mine.
The first time I just got off from Blockbuster Music, actually. When I started working at Blockbuster Music, my friend Patrick and I went, and we were stoned out of our
Friendly?
minds. Friendly Center.
Friendly Center.
Yep. It's now.
Then it turned into, what, Turtles
I
or
think it's a
something?
Charming Charlie now. or some shit like
So
that.
over there by Lowe's.
Well, no, it was
AT&T.
Blockbuster Music,
AT&T.
and then it became Warehouse Music.
Okay.
And then it closed like in 2004 or something like that. But
old.
we went after work and we blazed up a little bit and saw it. I don't remember
You
shit
wouldn't.
about it.
Yeah.
I remember the special effects were great. That's it. But the storyline, no idea what was going on. I went a couple days later, saw it, quote unquote, sober. And and I was
like you were confused on whether or not you were
I
sober.
left. My mind was blown. I was like, so we're all in a software computer program.
Batteries.
I mean, it was crazy, and it's one of those I tell the guys all the time. Like when I first got a surround sound system, that's the first DVD that would go in just to make sure the picture quality was good, the surround sound's great. The scene where he's dodging the bullets. That's surround
Classic
sound
stuff.
heaven right there.
When I saw it, I was really confused.
Yeah.
I was
Oh,
just
yeah.
confused.
Oh, yeah.
And then they take this pill or take this pill, and it started out in a cubicle, right? I'm like, where is this going?
And like white
then-
rabbits.
And now
like,
they're
what the
doing
fuck?
kung fu, and now he's sticking the thing in his head. And like, I was,
And they're traveling through the phone.
I mean,
And they're leaping tall buildings in single bound.
that's the synopsis
It's
right
fucking
there.
weird,
I mean,
man.
Fucking crazy.
Terminator made sense.
Yeah. For as much
Robots,
as it-
future motorcycles, action.
Skynet is real.
And on a side,
Yeah, it's called
note-
Amazon.
On a side note, the new Terminator trailer for the new Terminator
That shit
movie
looks good.
looks fucking outstanding.
Looks really good. I think the liquid metal is like
I
purple
didn't
now.
realize that the Terminators could grow beards, though. Like when
And gray.
Schwarzenegger opens the
He's all
door.
gray,
yeah.
yeah.
Like,
Men
I
can't
don't
grow
know.
beards
That
in
must be
space.
an old model.
That's what she said.
They should re-release that in IMAX.
Oh God, yes.
They probably do somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, whatever.
Then we got this one's for the ladies and Saba out there. Favorite 90s chick flick. We all know that Saba's our resident lover boy over here. It's not a
I love
dag.
love. I love love, man.
I love love. This one, it was between three movies pretty much. I'm not going to go down the whole gambit, but I was surprised that Titanic got as little votes as it did.
Because it's a fucking terrible movie.
It's not a
Oh, it's
terrible
terrible.
movie.
It's terrible, and it's 4 fucking hours long.
That could be a tone episode, y'all.
Pretty Woman, Clueless, 10 Things I Hate About You round out the top 3. Taking it home, though, Clueless as we're rolling with the homies.
Paul Rudd.
I got to say, even rewatchability factor, this movie's not bad.
Would
I'm not
you
even going to bullshit
consider
you.
Clueless a chick flick, though?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even though us as men will watch it. It's
We
still a
watched it
chick
because of
flick.
their faces. Like, I could watch it on mute.
Oh, yeah.
Stacey Dash.
Stacey Dash?
Yes.
God, dog. She
Yes.
still looked good,
And
man.
Brittany Murphy, too. Man.
R.I.P.
I always had a crush on her. and
That
yes,
was when
R.I.P.
she was she was like trashy or whatever, like a
She was the new chick.
and
Yes.
they fucking dressed her,
Yeah.
cleaned her up, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I never got that treatment when I moved. Nobody dressed me.
No one ever does. No one ever does. Sorry.
Any write-ins on that?
Let's see here. We have one write-in, and I only took this survey so I could represent for Clueless.
So the
That was it. That was the only write-in.
fuck is
I
wrong?
don't know if it's
What is
considered-
wrong with you people?
I don't know
They
if
listen to us, first of all. I mean, where do we start?
We love you.
I don't know if it's considered a chick flick, but The Princess Bride? That
It's
was in
more
the
of a
90s?
That was 80s, though, wasn't it?
So
I think it's 89.
80.
here it comes. Here it comes. I've still never seen The Princess Bride.
Christ.
Goodness
will.
gracious.
I'll look it up.
Yes. Boo this man.
And he might even get a shame for that one.
Shame.
Just don't make me take my pants off.
No, you're good.
While Jerry's looking up what year Princess Bride came out, we're going to move on to favorite 90s video game. And this one has sparked for some debate because the game that won actually did not come out in the 90s. But we had everything from Final Fantasy VII, probably one of the, if not the best role-playing video game of all time.
1987.
Which they're
Sorry.
remaking.
Yes, they are. We're going to
the-
talk about
for the
that on the E3
PS5.
episode. GoldenEye 007, Super Mario World 64, Metal Gear Solid, NBA Jam, Mortal Kombat, Legend of Zelda, Link to the Future, right? Or Link to the Past. Sorry.
It's one of
Resident
those.
Evil.
He's
You know,
going
I got to
one-
fuck up at least once or twice a show.
It's
so.
one direction or the other. I guess.
Mortal Kombat, NBA Jam. Rounding out, I guess you could say your top 5 would be Mario Kart 64, Mortal Kombat, GoldenEye coming in third, NBA Jam in second, and Sonic the Hedgehog actually bringing it home.
That one.
That
80s?
one. And
88.
that's the thing, yeah.
Any
The
write-ins on
Sega,
that?
the first Sega system came with Sonic.
It did.
Which
It did, 'cause
came
I remember
out-
playing that.
I got that. I got my first Sega
Sega's
in
Mario.
second grade.
It was Sega's Mario.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I just saw this yesterday or the day before. They put out like a Sonic themed Mario Kart for the new systems. And I was like looking at it's
saw that.
fucking Mario Kart, but it's trash.
Right,
You know,
but-
They always try to
Sonic
redo
don't
that
need no
shit.
car.
No shit. What's he gonna drive?
Tails don't need one
yeah,
either.
motherfucker flies.
Tekken was a write-in. Star Fox and Legend of Zelda. Ocarina, is that how you say it?
Ocarina of
Ocarina.
Time.
Ocarina of Time. Ocarina,
Star Fox
Ocarina.
was good. Star Fox was a good game.
Man,
Star Fo-
GoldenEye,
Star Fox.
no question.
GoldenEye.
Super
It's
Nintendo?
GoldenEye.
No question.
It's GoldenEye.
I'd say either GoldenEye or NBA
That's the-
Jam.
they That's
did
the
a
game I
relaunch.
played the
They
most.
did-
They did
GoldenEye
a
was
relaunch
great
Star Fox
for sports
64.
games. I think NBA Jam takes it home. That was just so much fun. The
NBA
2-on-2
Jam?
aspect of it, the boom shakalaka,
Yeah.
and the sound effects,
And the
he's
real
on fire.
faces and the-
right.
You want to go down a boxcar and
Yeah.
play me in
Yes.
NBA Jam?
Yes.
You've seen what I do.
No,
to
you've seen
people,
what I do.
man.
NFL Blitz came out after that too. That was just as much fun as NBA Jam. So
I just quick story on NBA Jam. So every once in a while I'll go to boxcar and I'll start playing NBA Jam and I just fuck people up in that game. So about, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago, I'm playing with this kid. He's probably, I don't know, 13, 12. And
Right up your alley.
And he's got either like his brother.
He's not drinking.
He's got either his brother or his buddy with him, and I play with the Pacers. And I'm just Reggie Miller, just from the corner,
Reggie
lighting
and who?
this dude
You're that
up.
dude. Yeah, who's your
Rick
other guy?
Smits. Rick Smits. Always Rick Smits. And this kid's like, God, he's like, who the fuck is that guy? And his boy goes, hey, man, that's Reggie Miller.
Oh, you didn't know?
And I looked at him and I said,
Number one on my purge list.
that's right. God, that's right. I
Yeah, I
like.
play
God,
with
he
the
can
Knicks.
drain
I play
him.
with the Knicks.
So who's your squad?
It's Ewing. It switches up. Ewing and Starks.
yeah.
Okay,
Or
And
Oakley and Mason.
nice. I like that.
Oakley and Mason is
Jerry, do you have a
slower.
No, I'm the kid playing the X-Men game. Sorry.
I like actually
Who do you
running with
use in
the.
X-Men?
Oh, Cyclops. It's so easy. Or
Oh,
Wolverine.
nice.
Wolverine.
Wolverine's
but,
fun.
but Cyclops is the good, like
Yeah.
get it over with.
Yeah, you don't have to use as
Nightcrawler's
much,
fun.
Like
Yeah.
hit the button
Oh,
as
yeah.
much. Nightcrawler is the shit in that game.
We should go play that.
Oh yeah, we're about to go play some big games.
Yeah,
I like to run with the Seattle Supersonics.
Yeah.
I go with the
Ooh,
glove.
Sean Kemp?
The
Yeah.
glove and
Yeah.
Kemp.
So they got
That's my
Peyton
squad.
Kemp. They got
The
Detlef
coolest
Schrempf,
jerseys.
Yes.
and they
Yeah, the
have
coolest jerseys.
Ricky Pierce. Or no, Nate McMillan.
Yes.
Nate McMillan is the fourth option. Actually, it's either Ricky Pierce or Nate McMillan. I can't remember. But anyways, yeah, Cavs are the Pacers for me for sure.
We will.
Who was on the
find out
Cavs?
Who's the best?
Doherty, Mark Price, Larry
for sure.
Nance, and like John Hot Rod Williams or something. Like it's one of those. Like I can't even
Hot
remember.
Rod.
Man, there were codes to put in like Bill Clinton and shit,
Yeah.
like Mortal Kombat characters.
The
and
Updog
stuff.
code. The Beastie. There was a Beastie Boys code on Sega where you could play with like every one of the Beastie Boys. Yeah, that was awesome. I love that game.
My vote would have went for Mortal Kombat. I was in the.
Oh God, yes.
I pumped rolls of quarters into that machine.
Once you
Mortal Kombat back in the day.
Street Fighter.
Movie Mall.
Yeah, I started with Street Fighter.
It was Mortal Kombat versus Street Fighter.
Then
for a
I
while.
then I aged up.
Yeah, I
The
need to-
mall.
Graduated.
The
all
mall
right, Blanca.
arcade, you would walk in there. 2 games that I remember was Mortal Kombat, like Mortal Kombat 1 and 2, and Killer Instinct.
Oh, yeah.
There would
Yeah.
be fucking lines to get on the sticks. And like the
Oh,
one,
yeah.
there would always be that one kid. Who's the kid in The Wizard that pulls out the power glove? Lucas or whatever. There would always be a Lucas stand there just smoking people.
and as always a slew of Asians just taking names and kicking ass.
That's racist.
Wow.
Before we go to our favorite memory of the 90s, it's my turn to go over years. This was definitely tough to do, but I went with the year. I'm going to date myself a little bit. That not just because I graduated high school in '98. Shout out to Page High School, by the way. That's where Matthew and I
Pirates?
98.
became friends. Page Pirates. But to me, it's one of the quintessential years of hip hop. I know Matthew touched on '95 kind of being the resurgence of hip hop from the G-Funk era from the West Coast. But to me, '98 took it to a whole nother level and made it more mainstream too, and kind of took it more global to where '95 was great for all of us that love hip hop. But I think '98 was, here we are, we're here to stay. This isn't some 10-year fad.
I don't want to fuck up your shit, but was '98 Wu-Tang Forever?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I think that was 99.
No, I think it was 97.
Hold on 1 second.
No, it wasn't. It definitely was not.
It was 99. I know it wasn't 99.
It was not. It was in the summer, I think, right?
No, it was during school.
But it was like at the
97.
end of the year.
97.
June 3rd, 1997.
My memory's better than I thought it
was.
Because trust me, that would have made the list. I could not have missed that.
It was June 97?
Yeah.
I just
So
remember.
that is summer.
I remember like being home like during the day and like waiting for Triumph to come on MTV.
Oh, yeah.
Because that video was fun.
Oh yeah, they went from like
bees,
homegrown
oh my God.
produced videos to we got a budget now.
I met that man was
Yeah.
riding a bike with fire.
Spider-Man. Right. ODB was just doing his thing. He's like, I don't need the green screen. I'll just be crazy without it. But, primarily I did a bunch of hip-hop albums, obviously, and we're talking entire gambit. I mean, we're starting off with Outkast, Aquemini, Jay-Z Volume 2, Hard Knock Life, just took him to a whole nother
shit changed the
stratosphere.
game.
I
Yeah.
mean, that was, elevated him to superstar status, but really helped solidify the East Coast movement that was going on at the time. Black Star debut album.
So good.
Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Gangstar Moment of Truth. Tribe Called Quest, the Love Movement.
That was the end.
Yeah. At least for the time being.
Yeah.
Well,
And,
that was the last album that Fife was on. Well,
No.
Alive. They
No.
put the one out. The Love Movement was the end. They broke up, and then they put the one out last year, 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
But that was, I mean, he's been gone for 5 years. Or
Yeah, but he
whatever.
was on that album though.
Only a little bit though, right?
No, he's on a bunch of tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I haven't listened to it as much as I should.
DMX had 2 #1 albums in '98.
he did.
The debut album that started in Hell is Hot, and then Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood.
Fuck.
So I didn't. I actually had to double check that because I was like, "Why is DMX on here twice?" But yeah,
fucking
the same
game?
year.
You lying to me,
90s.
B. You
Yeah,
lying to me.
Flesh of My Flesh came out in November, and I believe It's Dark and Hell is Hot was early spring.
Yeah.
Bitch, you fucking.
That shit was scary.
Yeah,
I was afraid of DMX,
Dog,
dude.
that's my man's in there.
Redman, Doc's the Name, Big Pun, Capital Punishment, representing us Boricuas out there.
yes.
Beastie Boys, Hello Nasty.
Yes.
Busta Rhymes, ELE. Def Squad, El Nino.
I can still listen to that.
Oh God, yes, that stays on. Noriega, Nori.
Nori, N-O-R-E.
God, and Banned from TV, still one of my favorite tracks.
Mm-hmm.
Even I got to give a shout out to Juvenile, 400 Degrees. I mean, to me, that album helped propel Cash Money to the
God,
status. I mean, once I liked a couple songs that he had on there already, but obviously once Back That Ass came up, I still get asked to play that in the club. So
yeah.
that's definitely stood the
Taking
test of
over
time.
for the 99 and 2000.
Right.
Oh, you working with some master?
And then we covered this on an episode. The beef between LL Cool J and Cannabis was 98.
Was it?
Yeah.
98?
Yep.
Can I bust?
So
No,
as
you
far
can't.
as far as my top 3, so if I had to pick 3 albums from that list to choose from, start off with, of course, Jay-Z, Hard Knock Life. Can I Get It's Like That with Kid Capri, Money Cash Hose, Reservoir Dogs with
X was on
Beans,
that.
Locks.
Wasn't the Jermaine Dupri song on there?
Money Ain't a Thing.
Money Ain't a Thing?
Yes,
Yeah,
that
that
was
was
the
a great
big.
song.
That was yes.
Yeah.
With the top.
Oh yeah, in the video they're just flossing and balling.
Yeah.
I mean that's what launched Jay-Z into a household name, to where you knew his name whether if you like hip hop or
There's
if you did
no.
not like
There's
hip-hop.
no question.
So
There's no question. That was how that. So that was like step 2, and then when Big Pimpin' came out with UGK,
yeah.
that's when he
That was
fucking went into the
epic.
stratosphere.
And I mean, the Hard Knock Life tour itself really helped launch
Saw
more
it.
hip hop tours.
One
Same
of,
here.
one of the worst.
Here in Greensboro.
One of the worst concerts I have ever been to.
I don't know. I had a blast.
Yo, the Cash Money, Lil Wayne, and them came
Oh,
in.
no,
in
that
a
wasn't the
fucking-
same one.
In a helicopter.
No,
right?
that was the Rough Riders and Cash
Oh, man,
Money.
I'm just.
Yeah.
Well, I was at both.
This one
They were
had.
both
You know the
fucking-
movie Backstage has
Yes.
clips of Greensboro Coliseum
Yep,
in there.
I went to that show. Yeah, Method Man and Redman opened, DMX followed, and then
What a
Jay-Z
show.
came on. Funny story too. That just the year before, I saw you won't believe this lineup. Jay-Z opened. Or I'm sorry, it was Usher was the opening act. Jay-Z went on second with like just a prop like hood background, and it was Puff Daddy and the Family.
I was
like,
there too.
Yep.
I was there too.
How 1 year can change so much.
That's when Usher was on his.
He just came out with
nice
"You Make Me
slow,
Wanna."
Nice and slow thing. Yeah, he was like
USHER.
Yo, he put on a good show.
It
man.
was. It was a great show. It was a great show.
on a
And a funny story too. Kid Capri was actually sitting right behind me.
Shit.
So it was. I ended up talking to him for a little bit. Got his autograph. I've been a big fan
Did
of his
people
for so
mistake you two for each other?
Nah.
You kind of got a Kid Capri thing.
I was
going.
also 20 years younger. So now they probably might mistake us. So that one, of course, Beastie Boys, Hello Nasty. It's definitely one of my favorite Beastie Boys albums. Debuted #1, selling 681,000 copies in its first week alone. Still riding high off Ill Communication. I know Jerry talked about Sabotage.
That was a midnight release
shit,
at
that
Record
was.
Exchange.
Record Exchange.
Yes, it
God, I
was.
miss the Record Exchange.
I forgot to talk about Sabotage.
Oh.
No.
We'll get.
Okay.
Are you gonna tracks on that one?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get to that in a little bit. Beastie Boys Ad Rock has actually gone on record saying that Hello Nasty is their best record.
What?
That's the year they also added Mixmaster Mike into
That's
the
right.
group's lineup, making a huge
2
difference.
MCs and 1 DJ.
Yep. So tracks, Body Moving, Intergalactic, of course, was massive. I remember
Body
Halloween
Moving.
that year. Everybody,
Yep.
every group of 3 was
yellow
dressed
suits.
up in the fucking yellow suits. Putting Shame in Your Game, The Move, and of course 3 MCs and 1 DJ.
3 MCs,
And a lot of people don't know this. If you actually watch the video, their performance on that is live. So it's not pre-recorded or the actual studio version.
Nice.
It's just Mixmaster Mike going off the decks and then just them rapping over. It's a very low-budget video, but it's a fun video to watch. So check it out. And then this one was close. It was between Aquemini and DMX, but I had to go with DMX, especially for dropping 2 #1 albums in the same year. Yeah. You know, his raw, gritty style, his I don't give a shit attitude. You know, this was, I know 95, the East Coast was coming back, but 98 was, we here. And we ain't going anywhere. Like, not saying fuck the West Coast, but the East Coast was running shit from 95 to 98.
Aquemini is my favorite Outkast album, but I didn't get there until way later.
Same here. Same here.
So-
Because I still love ATLians. And I
Yeah.
still love
Oh, yeah.
the
Not
debut
Aliens.
album. Atlians.
Atlians.
Never gonna leave that one.
Some favorite tracks, you know, The Originator, Get At Me Dog, what launched it. And then, of course, Rough Riders Anthem came out right after that. Damien, Stop
Yes.
Being Greedy.
Damien.
Slippin'. The Omen.
That's like his alter ego,
Yes.
right? Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of
I
like.
haven't heard that fucking track. Oh my god.
Oh, yeah. Slippin', The Omen, It's All Good, and No Love for Me off of those 2 albums. I didn't get too much into movies and games. Movies, Saving Private Ryan, probably one of my favorite war movies of all time.
Terrible.
American History X. Trash.
Shut your damn mouth.
Just trash.
Hey, listen, if you got 6 hours to fucking kill, just
Your sense of time's terrible. You're just stuck in Inception.
because they feel when it's bad and it's long.
The beginning,
it
though, where they're
feels
storming
like
the
it-
beach, though,
Yeah,
that
okay.
shit.
Give me
is
Sizemore
insane.
all day.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that movie.
Ted Danson making cameos in that, so good. Yeah.
Giovanni Ribisi, Vin Diesel, Barry Pepper. God, it's just
Barry
and then-
Pepper. Wow.
Yeah.
Sniper.
And then, of
Shit.
course, Matt Damon. But we'll just keep going. American History X.
Damon.
Rush Hour.
American History X.
American
That's
History
a
X.
fucking movie right
That,
there.
yeah, that's yes.
Phew, that one's good. That one stayed in the VCR for a little bit.
Yes.
Rush, yeah, the VCR. I said it. Rush Hour, The Waterboy launching Adam Sandler
Rush
into
Hour 4.
household name.
Rush Hour 4 coming. By the way. Oh yeah, that I saw that a couple weeks.
Was there a Rush Hour 3?
Yes, there was.
I'm sorry, I don't know.
We skipped the last couple.
Maybe I was in the hospital. for that.
Wild Things came out in 98.
Ooh.
So,
Menage a trois scene.
yeah,
The pool.
Yeah, audience clap for that one. Half Baked.
Denise Richards.
And Saba's personal
Abba Zabba,
favorite,
you my only
You've
friend.
Got Mail, came
Oh,
out
shit.
in 1998.
I do actually like that.
As far as video games, we got Resident Evil 2.
Anyway, You've Got Mail or Sleepless in Seattle.
Ooh.
I knew it was coming. Listen,
I go Sleepless.
You Got Mail's Tom Hanks, Sleepless in Seattle's Billy Crystal. I think it depends on your preference. I would probably lean You've Got Mail because I'm more of a Tom Hanks fan than I am of a Billy. I love Billy Crystal. What? Love Billy Crystal, but I'm more of a Tom Hanks fan.
I can agree with that. And I love them both. It's very hard to choose between the two, but I love Tom Hanks.
Are you upset,
since
Jerry?
big.
I don't know if he's in this.
Ooh, and Rounders.
Think of another movie.
Yeah,
Sleepless. That's when Harry met Sally.
Yeah.
That is what Harry met
Oh
Sally.
man, that's right. They're both Tom Hanks.
They're
are
both
Tom-
Tom Hanks.
I was like, wait.
Yeah, I
Tom
was like,
Hanks
wait
in
a minute.
that
I was
shit.
very confused.
Damn it.
Thanks, Jerry.
Thanks, Jerry. You fucking asshole.
You're welcome.
I'm glad you caught it. Okay, so now let me think here. Let's just go. You got mail. Fuck it. Clearly, it's been a while since I've seen Sleepless in Seattle.
True. And then Rounders, too, one of my favorite
Very
poker
good.
movies of all time. John Malkovich, Matt Damon, and Ed Norton, too. So good year for Ed Norton. And then video games, Resident Evil 2, taking you into Raccoon City.
Oh, that was my favorite.
So good. Metal Gear Solid.
I played the remake on that. I never played the original. They just re-released it for the new platforms. Pretty
Yeah,
good game.
it's just
Yeah,
scary.
it's pretty badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can turn the scariness down.
Can you?
Yeah,
We have to for Sable.
You did.
I did. Look, man, I don't like fucking scary shit. I've enough trouble sleeping as it is.
Metal Gear Solid, and then a game that kind of gets forgot in the mix. You guys ever played Tenchu Stealth Assassins?
No.
It is fucking awesome. It's pretty much Ninja Gaiden, but
Yeah.
much better and not as difficult.
So
You're not
it's
going to
what,
throw your remote at the
PlayStation?
TV. PlayStation. Yeah, Tenchu Stealth Assassins came out that year. So that's 1998 for your boy.
Great year.
It's a
Give
banner year.
yourself the thing, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I hit record scratch on accident. We're playing with some new toys in the studio.
Still working on the sound effects.
So the last thing was favorite memory of the 90s. We had everything from being slimed, Spice Girls, Mary-Kate and Ashley movies. I don't know why that even got in
who
there.
put that there?
Pokemon cards. I did. Slap bracelets, Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon,
Magic
Toys
the
R
Gathering.
Us, AOL, and Blockbuster Video.
Any write-ins on that one?
This one, actually, yes, we have 3 write-ins. This was the one, Freedom and Only Coming Home for Dinner.
I like that, though.
Magic the Gathering and a pre-internet childhood.
Nice.
Which I
Yeah.
think we can all agree was awesome.
That was
That was
incredible.
the same person, right? That's the same
That is
write-in,
a-
two different ways.
I think it's Saba. That's why he keeps asking what the write-ins are.
Say, but do you play Magic?
No, I just like to hear what people.
Oh, no, I do too. I do
fucker.
too.
We should play.
But I, mean,
never
I think
played
that's the
those
best
fucking
part about the
cards,
90s, though, is just being able to go out and do whatever and then just getting home by the time the streetlights came on.
Yep.
I know a lot of like millennials will be like, oh, you guys are so old and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, we
but
are, but we
Who
did what
gives
we
a shit?
wanted.
We had a blast.
Yeah.
My mom
Yeah.
didn't know. My parents didn't know where the fuck
Nope.
I was at.
Nope.
Not at all. As
And
long
they,
as we were
and
home.
they slept fucking great. So
Yeah, they had to work. You know, it's you just do your thing,
Yeah.
and I'll do my thing.
So Blockbuster
Jerry
Video
with
took
his-
it home
with
as the
his
best memory.
Republican angle.
Good.
They worked.
I mean, really?
Just kidding. We are nonpartisan around here.
It's unfortunate that a lot of people will not get to experience what it was like going to not just Blockbuster, but to a video store on a Friday or Saturday night. I mean, that was the jump off.
Yeah.
You get-
Anticipation.
right.
Always came before either just happiness or just anguish. Like if the game wasn't in or the movie wasn't in, you're just like, what am I gonna do now?
Oh,
Some
yeah.
assholes got my game.
And you know, the parents would always pick one.
Can you check the
and then
other
there's kid
Blockbuster to
movie.
see if they have it there?
Right. That's right. Call
they
them
wouldn't
up
hold
and
it.
t-
They wouldn't hold it.
sometimes
No.
they would.
So it depends on what it was.
Yeah.
The one on Market Street would always hold it because I lived by the one. I lived by the one right here at over by the Palladium, the Harris Teeter on Eastchester and
There was a Blockbuster there?
yeah, there was right next to that Harris
Oh, yeah,
Teeter.
yeah.
Yeah, so I would go to that one. If they didn't have it, they would call the one on Market Street and they would hold it for you. They were nice.
It was just, I mean, that was
Thanks,
the
Market Street,
quintessential
Blockbuster.
judging a book by its cover because that's how we used to pick our movies was the cover dope. I mean, that's how I discovered Boondock Saints. You know, I didn't know shit about
That
it,
is
but
a
the
good
cover,
cover.
was cool as fuck, and then it ended up being a great movie. It was always hit or miss because there are some great covers out there and some really shit movies. And then, before we got the systems, we used to rent them. So
That's
that was
right.
always the
they
shit.
would come in the briefcase.
Yep.
They would have the new releases thing on the wall
Yep.
coming soon, and you had the date on it.
Yes.
We got to come on the 19th.
And that was the thing, you talk about how like you couldn't reserve stuff at Blockbuster, but like your home, like Starlight Video is the one that I always refer to. They would have that sort of marquee, and I'd be like, "Ooh, And they had, it wasn't in the computer. They had a fucking book that they would write in. And I'd be like, ooh, let me get Tecmo Bowl. You'd reserve it like 3 months out or something. They'd fucking call you. They'd call you the day before.
GameStop before GameStop existed.
Right. And what Hollywood Video was the other one, right?
Hollywood Video was the other chain.
That was the other chain.
They had to wear the little like tuxedo joints over there too. I almost wanted to work there until I saw that. I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
Surprised you didn't work there.
I applied. I didn't get the job. Fuck you,
Sons
Hollywood
of
Video.
Fuck you, Hollywood Video.
It's because you're Puerto
Look
Rican.
at me now.
Yeah, that's a whole nother episode to get into racism with hiring someone with the last name Hernandez.
Hey, try flying with the last name Saba, motherfucker. Don't tell me anything.
Well, ladies and gents, that is going to do it for this I Love the 90s episodes.
I love Sabotage.
Oh, shit. You want to go ahead and touch on Sabotage real quick?
I was just going to add, it's the best video I've ever seen in my life. It is hilarious.
With the wigs
YouTube
and the
it.
mustache.
Oh, my God. The mustaches, the wigs, the throwing of the dummies off the cliff, or off the building, the throwing the guy out of the car. God, that shit's great. Watch it, please.
It's on some Columbo shit. YouTube Beastie Boys Sabotage video. If you've never seen it, you
Best
will
shit
be
ever.
thoroughly, thoroughly entertained. And it's just a great song.
And Fred Kelly is Bunny.
We sound so old talking about this.
Yeah.
We are.
This is the
better than the alternative, brother.
True.
I suppose.
True that. All right, ladies and gents, thanks again for listening to us. And for those of you that voted, we'll have some more surveys and all that fun stuff coming out. Make sure you check out our brand new website, courtesy of our friends over at Zibster. That's Zibster. And our website is now the easiest website to find. We went from the hardest to pronounce pop culture podcast to the easiest pop culture podcast to find on the planet. It is www.popculturepodcast.com. So check it out for the blogs, the stories, all that other fun stuff. And we'll see you next time.
Peace.
Doom, 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 doom.
Yeah! Victory!
And anger management?
Fuck anger management.